Have you ever watched a TV show and grown an attachment to a specific character? Once the new season premieres, this character seems nothing like themselves. The classic criticism of this is that the character becomes the actor as opposed to the actor becoming the character they're supposed to be playing. Today we're going to be focusing on Leighton Murray from Lives of College Girls. I've been watching the show since 2021. It's like I watched it the day that it premiered. I attribute that to being chronically online on Twitter. If you've also been watching since 2021, you know that Leighton has been a fan favorite since the beginning, in large parts because Renee Rapp plays her and people love Renee Rapp, myself included, but also because she is the most consistently well-written character on the show. And yes, that is low-key shade to my girl Whitney. Leighton is an incredibly smart and entitled girl that comes from an affluent family in New York City. She's judgmental, rude, sarcastic, but also has a very compassionate and vulnerable nature she tries her best to hide. In the first season, Leighton is a closeted lesbian, and spoiler alert, in the second season, she deals with coming out and navigating her life as an openly queer person. This is important to mention because it plays heavily into how she is styled and how her style evolves throughout her time on the show. Let me start off by saying that I mean no disrespect to the costume designers Salvatore Perez and Phoenix Mello when I say that I don't like the costuming choices on this show for basically any character. So when I say that I don't like Leighton's style, or I don't see why people are clinging on to this idea of who Leighton was, just coming from sort of a biased place of not loving what they put her in anyways, and honestly preferring the latter of what she wears before she leaves in season 3. The uproar about Leighton's drastic style change is a little funny to me because it's not like people initially loved Leighton's styling. I actually remember people really hating it and saying that it makes her look old and frumpy and really rigid. In season 1, we see that her outfits, while having elements that reflected her true personality, we'll get into a little later, were still very buttoned up and restrictive in a sense. The message Leighton wanted to get across was that she was like the average rich girl in her city, proper, preppy, and girly. It really did feel like she was overcompensating this aspect of her identity in order to hide another, and in that regard, I think that the costuming was actually excellently handled. Season 2 is when we see her style evolution take a bolder direction. I didn't see a lot of discourse about this because 1, it didn't feel as drastic, and also 2, the seasons kind of came out back to back. 2021 it came out, and then 2022 the season came out, so there wasn't as long of a break and a wait between seasons like there was for season 3. She ditched the turtlenecks and button-up pieces for more relaxed, youthful pieces like shorter skirts, leather jackets, and cardigans with nothing underneath. Mello states that this was an intentional choice. We wanted to show that shift, showing her progression into getting to know herself and her confidence in her sexuality, though I've kept her rich fabrics, colors, and designer brands. It's funny that this article actually validates the future criticisms of Leighton's fashion leaning more towards Renee Rapp, because Mello and Rapp actually worked closely in creating Leighton's wardrobe for this season, even clarifying that the character's signature stacked gold necklace belongs to Renee. I will say though, I learned that it's not completely out of the ordinary for actors to have like a decent amount of say in what their characters wear, especially when they get past the first season, because they have a bit more understanding of who the characters are. It's like a collaborative effort. It just seems as though like costume designers care a lot about like the actors feeling comfortable in what they're wearing, and like having a sense of themselves in their characters can be very important to some people. Now getting on to the recent season 3, which is why I'm making this video. I think it's really funny the amount of conversation this stirred up, considering that she was only in 2 episodes, so we probably only saw like 5, I might even be stretching it, outfits that she was wearing. When the on-set photos of the show filming leaked sometime at the end of 2023 or early 2024, almost everyone had the exact same opinion. That's Renee, not Leighton. Even though I had the same initial reaction as some people, I went back to look at a couple of the episodes from season 2 and watched them in tandem with her final episodes in season 3. It wasn't as drastic of a difference as people were making it out to be. Because Renee Rapp had such a big year promoting projects like Mean Girls the musical and her debut album Snow Angel, this was the first time for most of us as fans of the show really being exposed to her as a person, and it was a lot of exposure. The biggest issue people had with the character styling in season 3 was Renee's new haircut. This is one of the issues of having a show with such few episodes, and on top of that, having such a short runtime, because you're not able to write moments like this into the script. For example, Lily Collins from Emily in Paris got bangs while on the press tour for season 2 of the show, and stated that she really wanted to include them in the next season, so they wrote it into the very first episode of season 3. If this had been a storyline somehow in the last season, I don't think people would have been so put off by it, but again, Again, that's not really their fault because they didn't anticipate having such a long break because of the writers and the actors strike. And also, like, I doubt she knew she wanted to cut her hair in this time. The outfits, on the other hand, actually matched Leighton pretty well in my opinion when I actually went back to go do research and look at what her outfits were progressing into slowly. Second year of university, or sophomore year of college as Americans like to say, anyone who's gone to uni or just like lived life between the ages of 18 to 20 knows how drastically your life changes and how much like your self-identity changes throughout that time. She still keeps her classic staples that were established back in season 1, like stripes, cardigans, plaid, blazers, mini skirts, and leather. They're ever evolving. When you actually look at the outfits side by side, there's a clear difference, yeah, but it's not as stark and clunky as viewers made it out to be. She still does a great job of blending both designer and affordable pieces into her outfits and carrying that rich girl flair in a way that matches her more relaxed and confident personality now. I'm not necessarily saying that you have to love Leighton's outfits, but you're allowed to have your own opinion. That's totally fine. I'm just saying that if you're gonna say something like this character wouldn't wear this as you're comparing them to a season 1 version of themselves, maybe take into consideration that style evolution is a very important component in storytelling and character development that a lot of people tend to overlook and honestly take for granted. If it's evident that Leighton has changed and is now open to new opportunities, why would her wardrobe not now reflect those changes? I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It was something cute, sweet, and short to start off the new year with. I already have a Gossip Girl script finished and I need to film that soon, so that is what I'm going to be working on currently. And I have an idea brewing in my mind on like a Janine Teagues type video that's probably going to be also on the shorter side. I'm excited to see what this year brings. Hopefully these videos start to get better once I start taking my costume design class, because I'll have like a whole new set of appreciation for like the work. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment down below, all that good stuff. You can also follow me on my socials that are always linked down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.